everybody. Welcome to Your Capital What's Up. I'm Chuck Wiger, your area state senator. Thank you very much for watching. Today we're going to hear from the winner of the Muskie Challenge, the top scholarship winner. There were several, but for the program at Century College where it recognizes entrepreneurship at its best. And our guest is Mitchell LeGrand. Welcome to our show, Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. Wiger.
And when I heard about the Muskie Challenge, I thought, well, is this about fishing and angling? And it's not. It's about entrepreneurship and great ideas. And you're a student at Century, but tell us, what is the Muskie Challenge?
The Muskie Challenge, as you said, is for entrepreneurs. And the idea behind it is there's students...
And entrepreneurs, maybe we should define that. People seeking, business opportunities.
Business opportunities, get their products out there. I personally did a nonprofit. And so you pitch your idea in the first round. You write up an executive summary about what your business or product or nonprofit is, how it works. And then the next round, if you make it to the next round, you have to give a business pitch. It's much like the TV show Shark Tank.
Yes, Shark Tank, of course, nationally syndicated. And tell us a little bit about that show. You've probably watched that.
Oh yeah, I studied up a lot of Shark Tank before giving my pitch. So it's a TV show where you go and talk to these investors that will invest in your idea, and that's the similar idea to the Muskie Tank. So I have to go and give a pitch about what my business is and how it works to a bunch of investors or scholarship judges, and then they decide from there who wins.
Okay, and so you're a student at Century, and you have a lot of ideas. You hear about the Muskie Challenge with scholarship opportunities. I believe there's about 6 scholarships or so that are given, and you got the grand prize of about $5,000.
I did.
But tell us about that process where you said, yeah, I'd like to go for this, and then what you actually submitted.
Well, it was kind of an accident. So I was president of the Honor Society at Century College. And
congratulations.
Thank you very much. And one of the things that I had to do is I gave presentations on how to apply for scholarships, not like third-party scholarships, through the Century Foundation, and one that I didn't understand about was the Muskie Tank. Yes. So I went to the meeting to kind of learn about it, see what it was all about, and I filled out the paperwork just trying to figure out what the process was, and then they told me that I was a semi-finalist, and so I had written up my business summary. After that, they had paired me with a mentor. Her name was Soma Jorgensen. She was a former marketing professor, and she helped me figure out the business side of things a little bit more, which was amazing. She was a great help. I wouldn't have been able to do it without her.
Tell us about your idea, your plan.
My plan? So my idea was a nonprofit called Sound Connections, and it was this idea that we could connect musicians with work through nonprofits. And the way that we do that is nonprofits are constantly having fundraisers, they're having benefits, and they need affordable music, and musicians need work. When it comes to music nonprofits, most music nonprofits are in music education, like Save the Music. And on the other end of music nonprofits is musicians can't find work, let's give them a way to find work.
Yes.
And so there's no way in the middle to have them work doing the arts that we taught them.
Yes.
And so this gives them an opportunity to find work through good causes, gives them good reputation for doing charity work, and gives them the ability to manage themselves, and nonprofits get affordable music.
So you submitted it, was reviewed by experts in the field.
Yeah.
And you were declared the grand prize winner.
Yeah.
Which meant what?
Which meant I got a $5,000 scholarship, which was amazing. They gave me a huge check. It was super cool.
Yes.
And then I got an automatic semifinalist position in the Minnesota Cup at the Carlson Business School at the University of Minnesota.
Wonderful. And so you're competing with other entrepreneurs, and just like Shark Tank, where you have the competition. This is in Minnesota with other students, entrepreneurs, college, and we wish you the very best as you approach that. And with the idea, it just doesn't, it's not just academic necessarily, you can use this.
Yes, absolutely. So at the Minnesota Cup, instead of being a scholarship that you win at the end, you actually have people invest in your businesses. The people that win the Minnesota Cup, their businesses.
Real money.
Yes, real money.
The way the marketplace works.
Yes.
And with investors, and whether it's a stock, not as much as an offering, but they would participate in the underwriting of your business.
Yes, and that is an amazing thing. I'm not a marketing student, and to have someone just think that I have a good idea and that I'm able to communicate it well means a lot, and someone to invest and help me with that kind of end of things would be amazing.
Yes.
And then I wouldn't have to find a job after school. I just have a job made for me and doing something I love, being both a service to the community and being involved with music, which is awesome.
That's a winning combination,
Yeah.
certainly. So we wish you the very best as you continue, and you'll have a lifelong opportunity of coming up with ideas and sharing them.
Yeah.
Tell us about your journey prior to Century. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I went to White Bear Lake High School my whole life.
Very good.
And
What
from
did you like most about going to White Bear?
going to White Bear, I loved the music programs. I was heavily involved in band. In fact, I was in every single band my senior year that you could be in. Took it twice a day, and I was in choir. I was in the jazz bands, and that's what I spent a lot of my time doing. I was also in theater and the student council, and that's what I enjoyed most.
Well, that's very active. In the band, tell us more about instruments.
Instruments. In the band, I played trumpet, and then I switched over to French horn. And for jazz band, I played guitar for like 2 songs, and then didn't play guitar for 2 songs because jazz guitar is really hard. And so,
So you're an entertainer.
yeah.
Do you do that part-time?
Yeah,
In
actually,
addition?
well, I mean, sort of. I play here and there when I get a chance, but I'm actually a street musician. And so I play in Stillwater and occasionally White Bear Lake and Minneapolis a lot.
Market Fest, perhaps? You
Market
might
Fest.
Be there, so.
I had been there the last few years, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's entrepreneurship, certainly with the people. And,
Yeah, it's the best job in the world. I mean, get to do what I love.
And so, very active in everything at the high school.
Yeah.
And any particular memory you'd like to share about White Bear growing up, going to school, etc.?
About White Bear growing up, going to high school. It was actually, I think my best memory was my senior year. During my senior year, I was not sure if I was going to go to college or not. My family had always had a really hard time affording it, and we didn't have a lot of savings. And there was a scholarship for the most improved student called Strive.
Yes.
And that was
with it.
You are familiar? Awesome.
Yes, right, yes.
And it's for students who had a GPA below 3.0. I had struggled in school a little bit, but my senior year, these Rotary members helped me improve myself, and I ended up winning the scholarship, which was a full year's tuition at Century, and that's how I got into college.
Great.
Yeah, I know, it was life-changing, easily one of the most important moments of my life.
Well, and I hope the Rotary is aware of the progress that you've made.
Yes, I was actually just in a meeting a couple weeks ago saying hi, and I run the local Rotaract now, which is for the same thing as Rotary, just for people between the ages of 18 and 30.
Yes. Well, that is just amazing that you had that opportunity, and I'm sure you'll pay that forward for others someday.
I've been trying.
Great. And you went to Century, you got that academic background too, you did very well in school, and how did you do at Century?
I did wonderful. I was Dean's List every semester. I was the Communication Student of the Year. I was president of the Honor Society. I was president of a club I made called Music for a Cause, which is very similar to my nonprofit. Did service work through music.
Tell us more about that, Music for a Cause.
Music for a Cause. So when I went to Century, I was looking for a music club because I had been in band, but I wasn't a music major at Century, so I was looking to be involved, and there wasn't one. And then I looked for a community service club because I'd been in student council, but again, no luck. And so I just like, I'm just going to make a club that does both those things.
Yes.
And so what we did is we would line up service work where you could do music. So we played at Girl Scout meetings to help them earn their music badges. We held acoustic cafes where we'd pick a charity and raise money for that charity, stuff kind of like that. And it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, and the people that are at the events that you're at, I know how much they must appreciate it.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So.
Okay, and a couple of years go by at Century where you now have earned your associate's degree. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
It seems with about every distinction one could have acquired along that way.
I tried.
And now your next step, you're on to the University of Minnesota, right?
Correct.
Tell us about what's ahead for Mitchell LeGrand.
So I'm going to the University of Minnesota to study global studies as my major. I'm not sure where I'm going to emphasize yet. I'm between political science and economics and human rights advocacy. And then I'm hoping to double major or minor in communications because those are 2 departments at Century that I really love being involved with, and I think that they're important things for what I want to do with my life. And so
Excellent. And in terms of the ideas for the Muskie Challenge, you'll be participating, of course, at the state level, but you can continue with these ideas. Have you thought of, as an entrepreneur, some specific things down the road? Take it step by step, and I know going to school is a full-time responsibility too.
Well, down the road, there's a million things I want to do. I had such a hard time picking degrees because, there's not a degree in being a rock star writer, activist, philanthropist, politician, there's a million things I would love to do. And I think global studies and communications really contributes to all of those things. It's all about understanding others and representing others and being able to communicate your ideas. Down the road, I think I would love to be in nonprofit work, like the one I'm making. I would love to be in politics maybe later on down the road. I would love to be in the arts in some way. Of course, it's really hard to do, but you can always do it on the side I do.
It can happen. Follow your dreams.
I know. But I think there's a lot of roads ahead of me. It's just picking which one, and they're all good. So.
Okay, wonderful. And then, in addition to the studies, your involvement in music, any additional interests that you'd like to share, just in terms of how you round things out in life?
How I round things out in life? Well, I don't know. I just try and be involved as much as I can with my community, with my school, and it has not led me astray. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be involved with at the U. I mean, I kind of have to start over, find new clubs, find new people to hang out with, but I'm sure it'll be good.
Any people you'd like to thank that have helped you on that journey so far?
Absolutely. Soma Jorson, my mentor for the Muskie Tank Challenge.
Her name again?
Soma Jorson.
And she was a prof at the school, and
she was a professor at Rasmussen, and now she owns a marketing company.
Okay.
And she was wonderful, a great help. I couldn't have done without her. And then my professor that I worked for, I was a public speaking tutor. Her name is Amanda Olson, and she taught me how to give persuasive speeches, which is what helps me in my pitch. So thank you so much.
Great. And then with the Rotary,
you
tell us again about that experience that made it possible for you to go to college. I mean, it's going to be a financial barrier sometimes for a lot of students, or you can get into deep debt. And it was a game changer, if you will, by going to the Rotary, learning about it. But you had the ambition, and you stepped up, and it was a match. Tell us a little bit again about that process. Maybe someone's watching, or they know someone that might benefit, or they want to support that kind of program.
So the Strive program is a program put on through the local Rotary Club, and it actually started in Wiger, Minnesota. Now it's kind of a national thing. A bunch of schools have it. And it's supposed to be for students who kind of struggle through school, but their senior year they want to try and get their stuff together. And so what they do is they hold meetings. The way it worked for my group, at least, is they held meetings once a month, and you'd go to these meetings, and they included things like helping you apply for school, helping you, we did a strength finder test to understand ourselves a little bit better. We did a school team building retreats, a lot of cool things like that. And then along the way, you're supposed to be checking in, trying to improve your grades. And I worked incredibly, incredibly hard on that. I went from being like a C student to a straight A student. I actually graduated with more credits than anyone in my class because I was taking classes before school, after school, online to try and raise my GPA. And it really helped me my senior year. I had an amazing senior year. So many great opportunities, so many amazing things that I was able to do because someone was helping me along the way. And it was just that these people cared to spend their time on me that really made this.
It's the best gift you can give is your time.
Absolutely. Changed my life forever. I got to go to college and I wasn't going to. I had this crazy plan of running away to Europe and being a starving artist for a little bit, and then my counselor heard my plan and he called me into his office. He's like, "Have you thought about school?" And I was like, "I'm not so sure." And he's like, "Well, why don't you try this Strive program?" And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, "There's free food and you'll miss class." And I was like, "Wow, that sounds like a great program."
Well, thanks for that. The counselor's name?
Brian Merhar.
Well, thank you, Counselor Merhar,
Absolutely.
who made you aware.
Made me aware.
Program.
I
mean, not that it would have been necessarily bad in Europe, but this is probably the better route to take right now, and it found you. So wonderful. Any advice for young people that are watching as to where they might be in life and as to how they might want to apply themselves?
Absolutely. I would recommend taking advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, because there's lots of them and they seem like little things at the time. I was just going to a meeting to miss class once a week, and I got to go to college for my first year for free. I was filling out a scholarship just to see what it was, and I ended up winning. So chase opportunity like that, and then realize that you can't get anything done without a lot of help. I would have never done that without the Rotary Club, without Mr. Merhar, my counselor, without Amanda Olson, my professor who taught me how to speak, and my mentor for business.
Yes.
It takes a lot of people to have the kind of success that I've been able to get. I don't take a lot of credit for me, it's a lot of teamwork.
Well, thanks for acknowledging all the people, but ultimately it's what's burning inside you, Mitchell, and more power to you. Maybe we'll see you at Market Fest or in Stillwater or places elsewhere.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. We congratulate you on the highest award for the Muskie Tank Challenge, for your entrepreneurial spirit, for your ideas, and wish you the best as you continue with those ideas in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And viewers, if you have questions about Century College, about the Muskie Challenge, go to their website, century.edu. Get more information about that. Maybe you'll see Mitchell on that website, or you could see him someplace around the area. I hope you do. Very talented young man who's going places. If you have questions of me, please give me a call. My cell phone is 651-770-0283. With Mitchell LeGrand, I'm Chuck Wiger. Thank you very much for watching.